You're applying to dozens of jobs. You're qualified and you have the experience, but you're not landing any interviews. What's going on here? Well, let me ask you something. What are you known for when it comes to your career? What problems do you solve for employers, and how does your experience connect to what they're looking for the type of role that you are interested in? If you don't have clear answers to these questions, that's a big part of the issue. I'm Danielle Bradley. I'm a career coach for mid-career professionals. And the number one issue I see when they're not landing the types of interviews for roles that they're interested in is unclear positioning. They have amazing experience, but they can't articulate their value in a way that hiring managers are going to say, we need to hire this person. Today, I'm going to share the exact positioning formula that we use with our clients. It's the same formula that helped our client Fiona land a new role in only 42 days and Genevieve land a role in 32 days with a 50% pay increase. This is the foundation for everything: your resume, your LinkedIn profile, and your interviews. Let me know in the comments below. Do you have a clear positioning statement right now? Or are you struggling to articulate what makes you valuable? So here's what I see all the time. People come to me and they say, I am open to a wide range of different types of opportunities. There's a lot that I can do because I have such broad experience. And I ask them, what is your top priority target role? And they say, well, I could do marketing, strategy, business development. I'm open to a lot of different things. And that right there is the problem. If you're positioning yourself as the person who can do everything, you end up looking like you're not focused on anything. Hiring managers look at your resume and they can't fully understand what you're best at or what you actually want. Without clear positioning, your story will feel generic and unfocused. Hiring managers may wonder, what does this person want to do when they grow up? Meanwhile, of course, you're already grown up. You are in mid-career. And this is why going on a broad search in mid-career does not lead to landing a new offer, an attractive one, in a short amount of time. And I understand that because when I got laid off in mid-career, I made that same mistake. I went on a very broad search and it did not work. We want to have something that's more targeted, that's going to make sense to hiring officials. So let me share the positioning formula with you. This is the formula that we use with our clients to create clarity. It's 3 parts. Part number 1 is define who you are and what you're known for. Think about your strengths, your expertise, the value and the results that you have delivered for past employers, the impact that you've made. Sometimes you need to ask others around you. It can be difficult to come up with this on our own. So it's worth talking to people that either you currently work with or former colleagues and former managers. They can really help to bring some level of clarity to what you're best known for. We tend to forget. Part 2 is identify the top problems that you solve for companies. What improves because of your work? It's important to understand that because there's a job opening because the company has problems that they need to solve. And the more you understand the problems that you solve, the best that you can position yourself as the solution that they'll want to hire for. Part 3 is you want to combine all of this into a clear positioning statement. This is your elevator pitch. It becomes part of your professional brand. And it's the foundation for your resume, your LinkedIn profile, and your interview stories. It ties everything back to what's going to be relevant for the type of role that you want. Let me give you a specific structure for this. However, I do not recommend, once you come up with this statement for yourself, I don't recommend that you memorize it. You want to know it, but you want to be able to share it in a natural, authentic way. If you memorize it and you share it in that way, it's going to sound robotic and it's not going to land with hiring officials. So here's the structure. I help organizations achieve specific outcome by leveraging your expertise and your strengths and your approach to deliver measurable results. It all comes down to the results. So here's a really short example. I help consumer brands grow profitably by turning data and insights into clear marketing strategy, leading cross-functional teams, delivering integrated campaigns that drive measurable revenue and brand lifts. So why does this positioning formula work so well? Well, first, it forces you to get clear about your top priority target role. You can't be everything to everyone here. You want to focus on your top priority options. That could be 2 or 3. Maybe there's some overlap in them in terms of what they're looking for, but it's really important to hone in on this so that it's very clear from your resume, your LinkedIn profile, your interview stories, what you're truly an expert at. This also helps you to understand what matters for that role. What are they really looking for? What outcomes do they care about? What's going to be the most relevant things that you can place in your documents that's going to make you so attractive to employers for the type of role that you want. This gives you the foundation for everything that comes next in your job search. It makes it much easier to create an impactful master resume that is going to help you land interviews. It also helps you to optimize your LinkedIn profile in a way that's going to attract recruiters and talent acquisition folks to reach out to you directly on LinkedIn for roles that will be of interest to you. It's also going to make it so much easier for you to know which interview stories you need to tell, with impactful results, of course. When you have clear positioning, everything falls into place. Now, quick note, if you want to know how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, I do have another video on this. It includes a headline formula that helps get recruiters to contact you. I will link that video in the description below. So let me share 2 quick examples of clients that use this formula to be able to get hired really fast. I mentioned Fiona earlier. Let me tell you a little bit more about her situation. She was a senior marketing leader with 18 years of experience in SaaS and financial services. She was feeling burnt out in her current role, working 60+ hours per week, and had been job searching a bit passively before we met, was not getting any traction at all. The problem was that her resume and LinkedIn profile were not positioning her for the type of role that she truly wanted. Once we clarified her positioning and then updated her resume, her LinkedIn profile, and her interview stories, everything started to fall into place. She landed a much better role with work-life balance in 42 days. It was a senior operations leader in healthcare. Genevieve is another client who had been looking for quite some time before we met. She had over 10 years in advertising and got laid off after a restructuring. And instead of applying everywhere, we had her refine her positioning, clarified her value, and upgraded her resume and LinkedIn profile. We created a very clear professional brand. She was able to land a promoted role in only 32 days in the advertising industry. It was a role as a director with a 50% pay increase. That's what happens when you have clear positioning. So here's what I want you to do right now. Sit down and answer these questions for yourself. What am I known for? What problems do I solve? And what is my top priority target role? Then you can use the structure that I gave you to create a professional brand, a positioning statement. Then say it out loud. Does it sound like you? Is it clear the value that you bring? If you can't articulate your positioning in 2 or 3 sentences, then you're not done yet. It's worth spending time on this. Do this first before you update your resume or LinkedIn profile, before you apply to any other jobs. Clear positioning is the difference between getting interviews and job offers quickly. If you want help with creating your positioning statement and help with upgrading your resume, optimizing your LinkedIn profile, and also your interview stories, then I offer free strategy calls. You'll find the link in the description below. And subscribe for more mid-career advice that works. And check out my LinkedIn video where I share more on how you can update your LinkedIn profile so that recruiters will contact you. The link is in the description below as well. And let me know in the comments, what's your biggest struggle with creating your positioning statement? Tell me in the comments below.